Hello. Hello, everyone. How we doing? Gray syrup. What's gray syrup? Hello, Jody. How's everybody doing? Hello, Vicky, Maddox, Hillary. Your grandkids watched it, really? They like that? I actually watched it several times myself. Good morning, Anna. How is everyone tonight? Just to let everybody know, the live from last night was deleted, and I deleted it, and it was a request by the guest after some issues came up, and her mom got scared of some things that might have happened. So that's what happened with the live from last night, if anybody's wondering about that. Can everyone hear me good, see me good? It's only my second night on this new equipment. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Hillary, I thought it was pretty funny myself. I got a good kick out of it. There's more to come from those episodes too, by the way. So it's not done. I still have to interview that bush. Everyone knows I love to interview a good bush. Hello, Jesse. How are you tonight? I started to come on earlier, and I thought, well, I don't want to wear you guys out of seeing me too much. I know that can happen. I went back and watched the episode where AD called out Dawn Break over her disrupting the channel. I seen that. And I also noticed that when he realized that Chris Watts, a convicted family annihilator, knows who he is, that he creamed his knickers. So, well, Daniel, on Saturday and Sunday, I can come on earlier. It's just during the week when I can't come on earlier. Okay, Jesse, I'm sorry you're tired. Apologize. Don't tell your boyfriend I've been keeping you up all night. What's wrong with that, Hartley? You don't want to imagine AD creaming his knickers? All I need now is a background. And I might possibly go with a green screen. I don't know if any of you know what a green screen is or how it works. I have been checking into that. So instead of having just one background, I can switch it back and forth between many, which I thought was a great idea. However, I'm just now getting going with all this YouTube stuff, so I don't want to get too technical at first and edit all those videos with a green screen and become too complicated right away. So I'll take it little bitty baby steps at a time. Love the wig. You should wear it more often. Well, I'll always wear it in the armpit parodies. Oh, is that? I didn't know. I wondered about that because she always has a different background. But that makes sense now, Alicia. Just get a great big secret bush behind you. I thought of something really funny earlier today, and I know I couldn't do this, but it would be hilarious. I thought about actually interviewing a bush. But then I thought, well, if kids get on there and see that, then that would not be good. So, and then plus I would have to find somebody in this day and time that has a bush, and that might be hard to do. But it was well, you guys should know with my warped sense of humor that you're obviously seeing every day now, that you shouldn't be surprised that I would come up with something like that. As you can tell, the armpit detective is quite out of shape when he went on the ground in the covert operation. On it myself. Hey, Hawks. So good to see someone genuine calling out AD. Yeah, I'll call him out every day, too. Can I interview your Bush? Then again, they might say, of course you can. Braun Moxley interviews the landing strip. Yeah, I actually watched that. My daughter actually watched that one today, and that's the first one that she actually liked. So I guess I'm getting better. I found a failed Patreon AD had about funding a meet and greet. Wow, imagine that. Also, if you guys know Mrs. Kelly, she messaged me today. She's learned, so you guys might want to check this. She has a YouTube account that she didn't create and she knew nothing about, and she had 4 subscribers. And I told her to check and see if she was subscribed to AD. I think she said she wasn't, but you guys might want to check into that and make sure you don't have accounts that are subscribed to him, made up accounts that you are not aware of, because that could possibly be happening. That's what I talk about when I say mirrored accounts, is they actually make an account that looks just like yours, like the 2 fake ADs that came in the room. Those are mirrored accounts. But those accounts could subscribe to me, and then it looks like I have 2 more subscribers. Yes, that's true. Pitbull. Oh, you was talking to Jesse. I'm sorry. My bad. So I can't remember. Somehow the account that was made for her was somehow linked, and I've seen this name in AD's chats a lot. It's Dana426, and I know she's came on my videos and commented a lot of let's say not so nice things. Doing good, Brianna. How are you? Well, Leanne, he's finally found one that can hang right with him. Believe that. I won't have a mental breakdown either. So, or I guess I probably already had a mental breakdown, so it won't get worse than it already is. It could be considered identity theft, I would assume. Well, I wasn't going to arrest the bush right away, Vicky. I was just going to interview it. But now it probably will be arrested for fleeing and evading police. Is Levy in the chat tonight? I haven't seen her. I don't think so. It's possible. Has anyone seen her? Why do you ask, Kim? Just curious. Did you lose your life from last night? No, Brianna. What happened is the guest I had on last night, her mom wasn't aware that she thought that it would be live and then it wouldn't be available to watch later. And when her mom realized that it would be up to be seen at any time, her mom got pretty nervous, supposedly, she got some messages last night that were a bit threatening, and they asked me to delete them, and I deleted that video, and I did. Well, we tried to love on Lovey. You guys got to admit that. We tried to welcome her in and make her feel loved, and we treated her fair, and she just wouldn't shut the hell up. So we didn't have much choice, did we? You guys know I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right. You know that. Anyways, did everyone have a great Sunday? Everybody ready to go back to work tomorrow? I know I'm not. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Anything you guys want to talk about tonight? How long y'all want to go for? I've had a duvet day. Okay, I don't know what that means. Well, Brianna, I don't know if you was in here a minute ago when I was actually talking about the backdrop. I'm actually thinking that doing a green screen where I can do change the background up as much as I want to. I can have a bookcase. I could have a red car. I could have a big old bush. So I don't know. Yeah, Daniel, we all wish we couldn't earn $7K for just a few hours worth of work. Yeah, I think so too. Somebody brought it up to me last night about getting a green screen. You can actually take just like you go to Walmart, get like a piece of green fabric, just have it cut big enough that it covers your whole area behind yourself, and just pull it tight with some clamps, and it'll be your green screen. Hello, Dawn. Are you here to disrupt? I seen you on that hater channel last night, so I just want to make sure you aren't here to disrupt. Big old bush. Sheena was a man. Yes, hit like and subscribe, please. I need to like and subscribe my own video, by the way. Glad you said that. You always have to like your own video. We haven't really picked a topic, content. According to some people, I don't have content. Boy, I had some really rough messages today after that gray wig incident. From the deep south. Well, I'm not like deep south, but I'm from Kentucky. Can you tell by my accent? A lot of people think I'm from Boston with my accent. Don't know why. One thumb down. I have 3 suspects. Who would give Mox a thumbs down, I wonder? Perhaps I should go covert on the case and find out. Boston. That was a joke, guys. Yeah, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm in my car. No, I had an uncle that lived in Boston, but he passed away. It's been a long time, so I hit like before I watched, so I'm covered. Thank you, Ann from Worcester. I was watching AD read comments last night, and he had been talking about the chakras and all that stuff all day long, and then somebody wrote a comment and it had those 2 words in it. He's like, my Kashashra. He can't pronounce a damn word at all. In my CA going to the BA. Yeah, in my car going to the bar. Very good. Stop saying right? Stop saying right. Leave me alone. Oh, by the way, guys, I noticed that AD, no, it's my washer. It squeaks. I think it's got a loose belt or something. So it is what it is. I'm not going to change it just because it squeaks a little bit. But isn't it funny how, like, AD last night had his coffee cup, and his coffee cup said, "There is no vodka in here." And I got to thinking, man, it's really bad when a cup is more credible than you are. So we take the word of the cup saying there's no vodka in it over the word of him telling us. But anyway, it brought me to this. I have a drink tonight. No vodka. Am I buffering on anybody else? JoJo says I'm buffering. Am I buffering on anyone else? Oh, okay. I thought it was funny that his coffee cup is more credible than he is. I just got a kick out of that for some reason. Must be on your end, JoJo. Nobody else is buffering. Really good sound tonight. I have a new microphone. I have a new microphone and a new camera. And I'm using a new program to stream with. Check this out, guys. How about that? How about that? And I can also bring someone on my show if I want to. But I will have to have you fill out an application because I don't want to bring someone on that's not who they say they are. Oh, yeah, baby. Groovy. Microdata. AD style. Yes. I figure, hey, what the hell? I'm a real armchair detective, right? That's who I am. CRB checked. I must also frisk the ladies before they come in the room. You know how women are around me. They all have a crush on me. Did anyone else hear AD say the other day something like, look into my eyes and then look between my thighs? Did anyone else hear that? I think what made me think of it, somebody else just mentioned it and I seen that, and then I got to thinking that he did say that. What's wrong with that guy, man? Please email appropriate paperwork. Disgusting. Vile and venomous. You got that right, Vicky. All right, so somebody needs to type up Louise L. She needs to type up. You have to admit, Lady Lucken, that's my washing machine. It squeaks a little bit when it's running. It'll stop shortly. Yeah, kissing a woman. He's a weirdo. But anyway, someone needs to write on the screen. But you have to admit, it's funny when that granny lady mimics you, and then I'm going to highlight that, and then I'm going, oh no, and then I'm going to throw you out. Because I'm the one that put it up there, right? A great time to be eating when someone talks about kissing AD and looking in between his thighs. And let your guess. I'll also ask questions. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I did. What do you call them? Cavities. He called them their cavities, right? He's so weird. Mm. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no squeaking going on here, guys. And if you say there's squeaking anymore, I will stop this chat. I'll stop this live right now. Yeah, I seen her speech bubble. That was hilarious. Did you see his? Oh my God, what an idiot. Put your chakra away, you dirty devil. You got that right, Brianna. Sylvia, do you have the notification bell checked on your thing? Hey, Mrs. Kelly, I was just explaining to them about what happened to you earlier today with the account. So if you want to tell them a little bit more, I gave them the breakdown of it, and you could probably explain it a little bit better than I did since it happened to you. Schlooper chat. Yeah, about the how you had a YouTube channel that you didn't even know you had, and that you had 4 subscribers, and it was kind of linked to the Dana 426 lady. I know that the Dana 426 is familiar to me. I actually, you can go back and watch one of my parodies where I actually call her out by name. I call out Julia, and then I called out Dana 426 because they was the ones giving me such a hard time on my comments. Hello, Grumpy Granny. Welcome tonight. What time is it anyway in Australia? I bet you don't even know, do you? Grumpy Granny with the shades on. Looking cool. Let me ask you something, Granny. Are you here to just disrupt my chat? If you are, jog on. Sylvia, when you subscribe, there's a little bell. Did you click on that, the notification thing? That way you'll get notified when I come live. Hello, Mumky. No, just lurking. Okay. Lurking is okay as long as you're not here to disrupt. We've got Dawn in the room also. I've also warned her not to be disruptive. I know that if you disagree with a certain creator who has a lot of content, somebody asked me earlier, they said, "You're real pathetic," and they spelled pathetic with all capital letters when they was talking to me. How rude was that? You like that, Grumpy Granny? I went covert mission on the ground in Colorado earlier. There will be more to come on that, by the way. I am going to interview that Bush and possibly the white car. I think a lot of us are ex-AD. Well, I never was subscribed to AD, but I did watch his channel. Well, I still watch his channel. I'm not gonna lie, and I have to get content. His content is the Watts case, and he can't move on from it. He even said yesterday after the Carolyn Cattle interview that there was so much new evidence that came out, he don't know where to start with it. Interview the Bush and Nate's camera. He threw your knickers at him. I did. And my daughter grandson is big this weekend. She's at my house and her lease is up, so she's. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Mrs. Hall. No worries. Yeah, really, Brianna, that's a good point. He really is just a parody of himself anymore. So, that's awesome, Jan. I hope so. We love it when they come in. Insider pooper scoop. Ooh. Damn it, I should have thought of that first. Someone was telling me yesterday that you're not supposed to smoke on screen on YouTube anymore. Has anybody else heard that? Because I hadn't heard that. And I smoke all the time on screen. And you would think if that was the case, they would have reported me. We got one smoking on a live. Yeah, I have. No, this is a completely. You can smoke here if you want. It's a smoking room. You are most welcome to smoke here. No smoking, but vodka. Well, I'm not drinking vodka, guys. As you can see, no vodka. What's the best part of my chart, Cautious? A smoking bush. Ooh. Churchill? Yeah, I don't know. Have no clue. It's a non-alcoholic beer, Jesse. Remember, it's not alcoholic. It does not count. It is alcohol-free. Talking about what we want, and we can disagree with each other, and we don't have to worry about anyone trying to kill the other person. That does not happen here. I don't think AD is going to do a live tonight. Yeah, I hope they do. They got to have something to report me for. They're obviously too dumb to do it themselves, so I'll give them a clue. They need all the clues they can get. What was they doing in the swimming pool today? Yes, you can cuss. You can cuss, disagree. You can call me an asshole. Whatever you want to do, it does not matter to me. Just Don't do what Lovey did. Just not shut the hell up when she was being loved on. Everyone that was in the room that night can attest to that. 12:29 in the UK. It's 7:30 in Kentucky, the bluegrass state, the horse capital of the world. Mrs. Hall. No wonder I couldn't find it today. Does that mean it's really a purple car, though? We need to find out. Luke has told him, yeah, Luke might have told him to ignore parody, but he can't. That's what makes it so funny, is he tries really, really, really hard to ignore it, but then something triggers in his head, and he's like, by the way, those channels that I don't ever watch, I seen them do this, and this, but I don't talk about those channels. I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. Hello, Tommy. Hello, Governor. Hello, FBI. Yeah, he can't ignore it, Pitbull. He cannot ignore it. He wants to, but he can't. Thank you, Hillary. I had a pretty good laugh at that one myself, too. Hello, Broom Hoover. Thank you, Brianna. I try my best. The wig, by the way, if you remember yesterday, I was really excited about getting something, and I told you guys it was the wig. The wig is what I was getting today. Okay, Granny, you educate, I'll parody. Okay, Sylvia. I have an insider. Um, I actually, Vicky did do stand-up comedy for a little while. Nothing serious. It was only just for fun, but I did do that. Oh, Pink Lady, it was disgusting when he realized that Chris Watts, a family annihilator, no less, a family annihilator, knows who he is. He creamed his freaking pants. No kidding, he did. Ooh, Brianna, that would be a great idea because I can actually have guests on live now. Of course, there is a vetting process. I don't want to be hijacked. Low jacking's okay, but not hijacking. I'm known as the Shadow Man. Chris Watts knows me as the Shadow Man. You can dox me. Whoa, hello. The Shadow Man. Yeah. Diane's the lady that discovered the shadow. Well, technically, Chris Watts seen the shadows before anybody because he knew who that was. How do I keep a straight face? Well, it's like this. And my daughter and my kids have always been like this. Like, I can act like I'm punishing them, like getting onto them, like grounding them. And I can be so dead serious. And they're, sitting there scared, like, oh, what'd I do? What'd I do? And then I'll just look at them and just smile. I have always been able to keep a straight face. Like the funniest thing could be going on, and I could keep a straight face all the way through it, which is pretty cool, I think. Oh, yeah. And when he's like, now tell us about the shadows, Carolyn, tell us about the shadows. And he's like, please. And then cheese is really big. And then when she verifies the shadow part, I mean, he's just like, oh. I was like, good Lord, man. Yes, Granny, he was definitely doing that. Well, thank you. I'm glad Ireland loves me, Sylvia. I love Ireland, by the way. There's some guys from Ireland I actually watch. They do they go back and like critique all the older WWF World Wrestling Federation pay-per-views. Um, I'm subscribed to them, but I can't think of their names right now. It's like three guys, and they are so funny. If you ever liked wrestling, then you need to go watch these three guys from Ireland. But I have drank a lot of pop today. I'm going to have to go wee. I'm not going to go do the other thing, I promise. I'll probably wash my hands and I'll be right back. So you guys talk amongst each other and I'll be right back. I'm only going to wee. I'm not doing the other thing in the stall. I'm not. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. The Shadow Man is back. Log out. Everybody hide. Let's all say buffering. I can go back and read the messages, guys. What are you doing? He leaves us here. Jump on the couch. He is so unaware it kills me. He also said that he's known in the police community as the Shadow Man. I would say that's very true, Pink Lady, that when he gets to the United States, Kayla's book isn't selling at all. That's why she did AD. It's number 4711 on Amazon. Wow. Red car behind me. Hillary, don't do that to me, please. I'm already jumpy after what happened earlier today. Hillary, I just went and weed, and Hillary just almost made me do the other thing right in my pants. He's not going to no Colorado. I would say if he showed up in Colorado, somebody would probably beat the living crap out of him. He was in Malta for 2 weeks on a ticket he won. Oh, yeah, no. He said that after the Carolyn Cattle interview that he's got so much more new evidence to work with, he don't know where he'll start. Leanne, I completely agree with that. She pretty much agreed to everything he said. So, well, Carol, and I told you this back a while back. Is he'll go where the money is for him, and it's so obvious. Like once you get on the outside, you're on the outside looking in. It is so much obvious. You're like, how in the hell did I not see that? And I'm not telling you how you feel, Carol, but asking you in an honest way, do you honestly feel like, wow, how did I not see that now that you're on the outside looking in? Your camera is zooming in and out. I think it's where I move so much. I'm not sure. That is hilarious. Pitbull. Fox 5 Love, that just up to speed. We're pretty much just talking about anything. There's not any real topic going on right now. Yeah, she wrote him an email, supposedly, which I don't believe um, any um, thing that either one of them says. But she wrote him an email saying that she felt like that's the best interview she had done yet, and that thanked him and that he had a great show and she loved him. I mean, there's all kinds of just like calm down, lady, back him out a little bit. Maddox, I figured him out pretty quick. That's funny, Granny. Um, I usually don't see the chat part of it because I usually watch it later. I hardly ever catch him live. Oh, Angie, please. Graham Coder has a YouTube channel. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Of course, I haven't been on YouTube long myself. There you go, Cassius. Possibly. I don't know. I'll be back again. I got to go make me a drink. My throat's been getting really like dry and scratchy, and I think it's where I've been talking so much more doing my YouTube channel. But once again, no vodka. I had to go refill my cup. He bit of bush in your throat. Well, probably not. Just my. It might be where I've been, talking so much more than I usually talk. It just seems like my voice is getting like raspy. I don't know if you all are hearing that. Does it sound raspy to you guys? It just feels like I always need to clear my throat, and I think it's because I'm talking so much more than I used to. So I've been trying to keep a drink close to me. Yeah, Jojo, that's what somebody else said. Said to like a teaspoon of honey. And I don't know. I really don't like honey. I've never liked it. Get my thyroid checked. Eat me to it. Weather conditions. Yeah, I'd say it could be a lot of things. Use some honey. Honest question, guys. I've been really into the Watts case ever since it first come out. But and I still want 100% justice, no matter who's guilty and who's not guilty. I want justice. But let me ask you all guys this. Here lately with AD, has it seemed like where he's just manufacturing the same evidence over and over, that it's almost like nothing is new has came out with the case? And I'm not going to want to say it's boring, because I don't want to, downplay their lives like that, which I'm totally not doing that. But it just seems like to me, like, I just think it's going to eventually just wear off as like the thing that's in right now. I don't want to say anything disrespectful to the family, so I'm trying to think of the right words to say. But I just think that here lately, I always loved keeping up with the Watts case, but there's not been any real information released. Um, yeah, nothing is new. And it just, like, if the FBI came out tomorrow and said, you know what, we're investigating so and so, or we're doing this, or we're doing that, then I might be like, but I'm not going to trust AD and what he says, because I don't believe nothing that spews out of his mouth. And the fact that he said after the Sherilyn Cale interview that there's so much more evidence that has came out with the religions he's talking about that are sweeping across the United States. Well, if they're sweeping across the United States, I haven't heard of them. I mean, I don't get out much, but I think I would have heard of that. No, I don't believe the Shadow Man. Yeah, that's very true, Carol. He surely will. Well, Jody Arias, that was really a wild case, wasn't it? It was just. That girl was really, really psycho. I seen a good point. Somebody mentioned the other day, and they said, with AD now implicating Oxycillin, or whatever the name of the oil company that bought Darko is, as AD says, Darko. Um, is it Oxycillin? Is that what it's called? I know he said Chevron at first, but anyway, if he keeps implicating a big company like that, they've probably got some big time lawyers that might mail him a letter and say, "Hey, bud, you need to shut your mouth about us." No, not OxyContin, and it's a gas company. Well, imagine that if Jody Arias and Chris Watts had gotten together. That would have been a modern day Bonnie and Clyde right there. So, just curious, Don, what was your theory that was different to his last night when he accused you of disrupting the show? Welcome back, Mrs. Kelly. Hello, Brooke. How are you? One thing that I think is pretty odd is how he always goes on and on about why has NK not came out and held a press conference? We demand the press conference. Well, who the hell are you to demand a press conference? You think she's going to come out and do a press conference because some bloke in England told her to? No. Just my opinion. Yeah, I agree. Occidental. Yeah, that's it. Occidental Petroleum. No, Frank in contact with him is not true, Jerry, at all. Yes, it has. Thank God. Okay, Brianna, hurry back. Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate it. I really have been putting a lot of effort and time into it, though. So, wow. I don't believe that the real Frank has been in there, and I'm possibly Frank Jr. was in there and got the real Frank Jr. was in there and got blocked. So, yeah, and another thing about that, it's if he's taking this to court, it's up to him to prove it, not the other way around. He has to prove her guilty. She don't have to prove herself innocent. I can try, mumkey mumkey. Yeah, crystal clear. I completely agree with that. They wouldn't have paid out on that because for the fact they would say she was not on the property in a where she was legally on the property or supposed to be there. They're not going to pay out if someone on the property that ain't supposed to be there and they get blown up and tragically killed in some kind of staged accident. Right, and if you say that, then you're considered a Watts lover or an NK lover. I've never planned on buying her book, Brianna. Neil, that's funny. Let me go back and highlight that. Well, just a few weeks ago, he was telling everybody not to buy the book anyways, and he was going to read it on his channel. Then when he found out he couldn't read it on his channel, he suddenly switched teams, and he was on Cato's team. And then, basically said she wasn't even a real author, that anybody who publishes a self-published author is not a real author. And then all of a sudden he was on the other side of the team when the money was coming in from that. Yeah, very true. Very true, Jerry F. Yeah, I seen that grumpy granny. First, he says he can write a book better than that, and then he says he can't write a book because he's dyslexic. So, which one is it? And then he's also said that he's already written a book. So, I think he tells so many lies that he can't keep up himself. So, and then he doesn't remember what he said. Absolutely, Mr. Justice, 100%. Yeah, True Crime and Poker Tour. I bet that channel takes off. He actually made the comment last night on his live that Chris Watts was a victim of NK, of her hypnotizing him and stuff. That he was a victim of her. Well, he's supposed to be coming out with a 6-part docuseries over the Watts case. That's supposed to be what he's using some of this Patreon money for, is to be doing a 6-part docuseries. He vindicated Shannon. How many times has he vindicated her? And then he'll always say that the next thing coming up will vindicate her again. Somebody doesn't get vindicated every time a new piece of evidence comes out. If they were vindicated when the first piece of evidence came out, they were vindicated. The following pieces of evidence might further show that they were vindicated, but they were vindicated with the first piece. So he doesn't vindicate her every time something comes out. He's so ridiculous. I don't even think he realizes what he's saying half the time. And a lot of times I've noticed people in his chat, when he highlights the little bars like I'm able to do now, the people will actually be agreeing with him or taking his side, and he reads it wrong, and then he'll jump on them, get snap at them. Have you all noticed that? It's just terrible. It's like, dude, calm down. They were agreeing with you. I don't know, Brianna. I don't know if he paid her anything. He probably gave her a percentage of the Patreon. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. It's just one of his mods came in here one night when we was all having a discussion, and I was saying, that as much as he made, he ought to pay his mods and his researchers because he brings in so much money, and it's been figured up. He brings in quite a haul, even though he says he doesn't. He brings in quite a haul. And I was just making the statement that he ought to pay them since they do most of the work that he takes credit for. He just sits in front of the camera and reads off the work they've done for him. And this mod that was in here, she said that he offered to pay them and that they declined. Yeah, I don't believe that either, Brooke. I always thought when you went on a show like Dr. Oz, because I thought that's the reason. Like Nate was on there, they was saying he was charging like $1,500 to do an interview. So he would come on your show, but he was charging $1,500. Debbie, do you know that for sure? I mean, I know that's what she said, but do you know that for sure? Because I'm pretty sure that Nate made $1,500 when he went on Dr. Oz for the appearance. Brooke, Dr. Oz, and Dr. Phil don't pay for the interview, but the shows will buy pics and that kind of stuff. Hmm. Anybody go over any good cases? Hear any good true crime cases in the last day or two that's kind of on the horizon, maybe new to the scene that we haven't discussed before that anybody would like to talk about? Yeah, I think he told his subs. He said, "Let's see if we can get some of her books sold." Yeah, Jade, it's very puzzling. Do I feel the Watts case is closed? I think I pretty much agree exactly with what Don Brake said. I think that the Chris Watts part of the Watts case is closed, but they could be still reviewing evidence on other people. It's like they say a murder case is closed. It might be the door shut on it, but it's never like completely closed. Like Don was saying there a minute ago. Yeah, the Chris Watts part of the case is closed. He's in prison for 5 life sentences. Even if they found more evidence on him now, there's no need to try him. It would just waste money. Um, court costs, money, time, resources. So they would no longer pursue any case against him, even if they found more evidence. Now, let's say, for instance, this is just an example. NK comes out next week and she says, you know what? My conscience has ate me up. I can no longer take it. I was there that night and I helped murder the family. If that was the case, then NK would still be charged because they're not just going to let her walk free because the Chris Watts case is closed. The Chris Watts case part is closed, but the Watts case, it will always be open. A murder case, a rape case, kidnapping cases are never, ever fully closed because there can always be more evidence in those cases. Yeah, they told him that they would be checking in from time to time with him in the prison. And I believe they said that because I think over time he will admit more, just like he's been doing. He eventually releases more information. And I think that I heard, now I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Chris was upset with the 3 investigators because he was under the impression that it would not be released to the public. Now, I've also heard, that was a 5-hour interview that we've pretty much all of us have heard on YouTube, where they went up to the prison in Wisconsin and they interviewed Chris Watts back in February. And that was 5 hours. I was told that the interview was actually 8 hours, and 3 hours of it was redacted and not released to the public. I don't know how true that is. It's nothing official. It's just something I heard through the grapevine. Yeah, he says that, but he was awfully. And of course, I can see why they're being friendly with him. They want more information from him. And then, but he was very friendly with them. And if the true case was he's in prison for life, what are they going to do if he stands up and he tells them, hey, go F yourself and get out of here? I don't ever want to talk to you guys again. Nothing. But he didn't do that. He sat there and he talked and he talked and he talked and he talked. So it's hard to say. This case has more twists and turns in it than the letter S. So Fox 5 Love, go roll you a cigarette. We'll be here when you get back, unless people want to run me off. Does anybody want me to go now? It's up to you guys. I'm not busy tonight. Do you want me to go? I tell you, the parody I made today, one part of it that I laughed and laughed and laughed at it several times was when I said, if this goes wrong, investigate my son. He's the one that put me up to all this. I thought that was so funny. Sit a spell. Well, we ain't got nothing else to do. It's Sunday night, right? My kids are upstairs being quiet, not making any racket. So we're good. I do believe, though, that more people are waking up to his nonsense and his lies. And, you know, here's the thing, and this is with me. You know, everybody says, oh, he shouldn't do these parodies, blah, blah, blah. But the thing of it is I couldn't do parodies if he didn't give me content to do the parodies of. Like, if he just sat there and talked about the Watts case, and he never mentioned other channels, and he never went on tirades, and he never talked about money, and he just stuck to the case, there wouldn't be nothing for me to parody, because I couldn't just sit here and be like, put my wig on and my glasses and just read a case. There would be nothing funny to that. You know what I mean? So what he needs to do is just shut up and be done with it. Oh, that's very true, Hannah. There's times when I watch one of his lives and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I could do um, 5 or 6 parodies out of this one live. I know, Mrs. Ketty, that YouTube only pays him approximately 78 cents a month. I think my last two, not my last two parodies, but I think the one where I supposedly read the prison letter and it had the fake stamp on it. I thought that was one of my best ones, and I thought the one I done today was one of my best ones. I think those are two of my best ones I've done. Just my in my opinion. Yeah, if somebody parodied me, I would freaking just sit back and laugh about it. Never put you to sleep. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate that. Thank you, Beth. Appreciate that. I thought today's was really good. Yeah, well, the sad thing about it, Cassius, is he won't think it's funny because he thinks he's being made fun of. Which, I mean, I guess in a way, yeah, but take care, Crystal. Who's a racist? Me? Yeah. Oh, yeah, race. We're racists. Hate channels. Just anything that he can come up with. I need to get me one of them turtlenecks, Don. That's what I need. Wasn't it so funny that he called Chris a nerd when he was wearing a turtleneck? I thought that was so funny. Gang stalkers, too. We're also gang stalkers. Fox 5 Love is when I said in what I stated was that Jim, who brought the Oxy, um, in my I received that in an email earlier that day, and I received the information just as I passed it on to you guys. Hadn't verified any of it, and that's why I said, when I read this, you have to take in this information and make your own determination whether you want to believe this or not. And so I have no way of verifying that. It's just what was passed on to me, and then I passed it on to you guys. But being that I read that Thursday night, and then watching the interview with Carolyn Cattle, it was pretty much pretty close. I do believe. I think Chris was possibly on opiates, and I in Kentucky, it's a real problem. It's um, widespread throughout this state, the opiate problem, and just looking at the way Chris Watts looked a couple of days when he was in the police interviews. The term they call it around here is dope sick, and it's going through withdrawals. But the term you always hear is dope sick. And I thought right from the get go that he looked dope sick. Yeah, I doubt the I doubt the Thrive patches did all that he went through. And another thing is I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know their situation. But a lot of times when you have a surgery or you have fibromyalgia or lupus, you are prescribed pain medication. And I know, especially with a neck surgery, she would have been prescribed pain medication. So him saying it came from the basement could possibly be the truth. There could have been some left over from her surgery. Well, no, not 80 milligrams a day is usually a dose that's reserved for cancer patients. Keeping people that are dying, there's really nothing they can do for them except make them comfortable in the transition. That's pretty much what that kind. They used to make 160 milligram oxycontin, and they actually stopped making it because so many people was falling dead after taking that high of a dose. JoJo, did he have blood tests done? I don't ever recall it ever coming out that he had blood tests done. No, Anna, I didn't see it. What did Daniel say about what AD seen in his dream? It's hard to keep up with the chat when it's going that fast. I apologize. I try to keep up, but sometimes I can't. Yeah, that was funny when he said he's the only one that got the pictures from Colorado, and he's like, I have copyrighted these, so please don't use them. And because yeah, he's not even a U.S. citizen, so he has no right to tell us what to do in the United States. AD said Shanann came to me, spoke with me. She wants me to keep going. Oh, frig. I hadn't heard that, but that sounds like something he would say. I'm down if she is, Jade. I've got I've got the program now where I can actually have guests on. I just got this up and going yesterday. I had to go to I could never get my camera working on my laptop, so I actually had to go and buy a new camera. And then I went ahead and bought a microphone while I was there. So I then went to this website and got the same program that AD uses. Yeah, Pitbull. Um, there was a couple channels that said that they were sticking straight to the Discovery, and they were not coming up with conspiracy theories, so that he wasn't talking to them. Hey, Vicky, that's a good idea. If Granny wants to do it, if she wants to play Carolyn Cattle, and I play AD, and I do an interview, I am down with that. It's up to Grumpy Granny. And we would have to schedule a day, an evening, a night. I would have to get my questions prepared. It's up to Granny. I'll do it if she wants to. I'm going to go back to what Don just said. Um, Don, talking about this, what you've just said here up on the banner. Um, what about if? Hang on, I got to go back and look at another comment now. Okay. Um, what if that was a burner phone, and he had set the her giggles as the ringtone? And the reason I say that is because in one of those cards he gave her, like one of the birthday cards. I know it showed in the discovery. He gave her like two cards, like birthday cards, but I know they wasn't both birthday cards. But I remember seeing in one of them, he said he either loved or missed her giggles. Was proven to be a shimmer. What's that mean? I never seen a doll, so I might not be up to date on this. Yeah, Mumkey, I agree completely with that. But he did say it, and you can go back and look. In one of the cards, he said he either loved or he missed her giggles, and he had to really like them, or why else would she be giggling like that in her voicemail? She left, that's weird. Even the police described it as creepy giggles in the discovery. Fox 5 Love, my daughter watches that show. Hello, Denya. How are you tonight? Wow, there's just so much to this case that's just unbelievable. There's so many twists and turns in this case. Um, do you guys ever think we'll know the absolute 100% truth? I honestly don't think we ever will. I think it was messed up from the get go. Chris pled guilty quickly, which shocked even the prosecutors. And I think the case is just a big cluster, excuse my language, fuck. And it'll never be truly, we'll never truly know the facts. Who knows if Chris Watts really knows the facts? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he wasn't involved. I truly believe he was 100% involved. But he might not know the entire case because he he could have done this all, or he could not have done this all. I don't know. I wasn't there. 3 or 4 different confessions that I can think of right off the bat. Yeah, Jerry F. That was if you go back and watch that entire American Horror Story, like the whole intro to the show, the song and everything, it's like it tells the story of what happened that day. I mean, it shows in the oil and a baby being murdered, and it's just terrible. Fox 5 Love, somebody, and it might be you, but somebody on YouTube has made a video where they show all the comparisons between American Horror Story and the Chris Watts case. Daniel, you know what you get when you have too many coincidences? A plan. AD taught me that. Hello, Carol. How are you tonight? Well, another thing Rabbit Dog is if he ever does finally tell the truth, nobody will believe him because he's lied so much. Checking the TV to see if we've got a live going on. It looks like we still don't have a live from our favorite detective. Carol, I don't know if I don't think it was Lex's channel, but it is out there somewhere. All the comparisons between the American Horror Story and the Chris Watts case. Thank you, Aussie Lassie 07. Thank you so much. Hello from Kentucky to Australia. Yeah, very true, Rabbit Dog. Very true. And I know I've said this so many times tonight, but it's no joke. AD said after the Sherilyn Cale interview that there's so much more evidence he has to work with, and just tells me he's not going to stop anytime soon. That's a very good point, Denya. I knew a guy like that one time too. He mixed in so many lies with his real life that in the end nobody really knew what. Well, we knew what a lot of his lies were because they were so exaggerated. But then again, when he would tell the truth, we didn't know if he was telling the truth because he lied so much. That's a very good point, Denya. Well, Jerry, one thing about it, a prescription is valid for a year. So even if he had gotten a prescription from a year ago, he could have got on the plane. Plus, it would be very simple to get on a plane with just simply oxycodone tablets or pills, whatever. Yeah, Carol, I agree with that too. But I will say this, guys. It does blow my mind how it doesn't seem like anybody knows NK before this happened. Like, you would think that somebody from high school or college or somebody she's worked with in the past would even come out and write a book. I knew NK. Think about how much that book would sell for. And not to me, but somebody out there that wanted to make a quick buck, AD. I'm just surprised that nobody's came out and said, "Hey, I know her from the past, and this is what she was like then," and blah blah blah. And I always seen her, getting involved in some kind of thing like this or just anything. Well, what you just said right there, Carol. Let's say, for instance, what if he used a Thrive pouch and he exchanged the Thrive powder out with oxycodone powder? They would have never known he had the drugs on the plane. Yeah, that's a good point, Vicky. Jade, I've thought about that, and I've went over it and over it and over it in my head, and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Jinxie, very true. He could have took out 10 Tylenol tablets and put in 10 oxycodone tablets. I mean, you might every now and then get a gung ho security officer that would check every pill right down to the label, but probably, they do that job every day. Yeah, Don, good point. It's not like you're getting on the plane with 5,000 oxys. If you only had, 3, 4, and 5, it would be very easy to do. Or I would think it would be. I've never tried it, so I don't know for sure, but I'm just assuming it would be. Yeah, Don, and that's like here in Kentucky where there's been a problem with prescription drugs. Um, like the police officers check those, and there's actually a charge in Kentucky of not having the prescription drug in the proper container. So let's say you had a prescription pill and you had it in your little pill fob you're talking about, you can actually get a charge for that in Kentucky. I don't know how it is in other states, possibly other states. I just know how Kentucky is. Yeah, I know. Well, I know in Kentucky that if you had that in your little pill fob and they found it, they could. They don't have to. They could cite you for it. Hello, Kimberly M. How are you? Yeah, that's a good point, Jade. He had a practice run with NK in June when his wife and kids went back to North Carolina for their vacation. He had a trial run of what it would be like with NK with his family completely gone, and that is what he done. I guess he liked the trial run he had with her, and he liked it enough to obviously. And that's what blows my mind is these women that write him, and they think they're going to be the one to change him, or they're going to be the one that he actually falls in love with. Girls, slap yourself upside the head and wake up. He killed his 2 daughters. If you can't be faithful to your true daughters, what woman could you be faithful to? Nobody. Same here, Helen Wilson. You practically have to be on your deathbed to get a pill prescription in Kentucky. Yeah, Rabin, that just kind of shows you how he wasn't very bright. And then you got his mom. She's just as crazy as he is. Oh yeah, you're exactly right, Don. And just you can go on. This is before the book Letters from Christopher even came out. You could go on YouTube and just type in like Chris Watts love letters, and there was women actually sending in letters with pictures of themselves in a bikini and just all kinds of different crap. Yeah, Moxley needs a snack. A snack or a snake? Why, do I look hungry? Yeah, it's the same way in Kentucky, Helen. My stomach growled. Oh, I didn't hear that. You heard my belly? Really? Is that microphone that sensitive? Jesus. You sure it wasn't my couch when I moved around like that? Did you hear that? Might have been my couch. I don't think my belly growled because I just ate right before I came on. So it shouldn't be growling. Carol, I say the same damn thing. I'm like, I can't find somebody decent. And then people like Chris Watts have people writing to him. I don't think it was my stomach because I just ate right before I came on. So I don't think it would be. But it could be did you hear that? Was it that? Because that's me moving on the couch if it was that. Okay, guys, I actually farted. I didn't want you guys to know, but I'm really making myself look stupid trying to blame it on the couch now. What's up with your hat? I don't know. What's up with it? Yeah, I haven't really been looking either. I ain't got time to look. I got a 13-year-old daughter that's a full time job in itself. I've got an actual full time job, and then I've been putting about 6, 7 hours a day into YouTube, whether it's being on here or doing something YouTube related, answering comments. I'm getting new equipment. I'm hooking it up, learning how to use it, just different stuff. Yeah, my couch is hungry. I don't know. I always wear my hat like this, even in the house. Oh, Jesus. I'll be honest with you guys. If I farted, I would tell you. Have you seen my videos? I really don't care to make myself look stupid, all right? So if I fart, I'll tell you. It was my couch. Yeah, Kimberly, I agree with that. What do you mean could be? What do you mean about my voice? I can hear it change. What's that supposed to mean, Mumkey? Don't do that to me. I'm a hypochondriac. Yeah, I did actually see that part, Lucky Lady Looking, where he said it's a Kentucky Chiefs hat. I did actually see him say that. And I started laughing. It's a Kentucky Chiefs hat. I don't know. I always wear a hat, whether I'm in the house or outside. If my hair's messed up, if I'm having a bad hair day. Sounds like I have a cold. No, that's not the door. That's the dryer now. The dryer buzzes 3 times when it's going off. So it's going to buzz 2 more times. Yeah, it's Kansas City Chiefs. I just went to the doctor the other day. Strepsils. I never heard of strepsils. I don't know. KC Queefs. That's pretty funny. Yep, it's finally done. I must have counted wrong because it just went off. So it must have been the 3rd time it buzzed. See, that's unless you all say something about it, I don't even pay attention to it. Like until somebody said somebody was at the door, it didn't even dawn on me that the dryer was buzzing until somebody else says something. A throat lozenge. Gargle with salt water. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have to take this mic back and because now you guys are hearing everything. I'm gonna have to turn it down some. Can you all still hear me good? I turned it down some. Let me know if you can still hear me pretty good. And I didn't know this, but the webcam I bought yesterday, it actually has a mic built into it. So I probably didn't even have to buy the microphone, but everybody kept saying they couldn't hear me very good. So hopefully that takes care of that. But I guess we'll see. But now you guys are hearing me fart and swallow and just all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I want to keep this mic or not. Jeez. And the main reason I wanted a different mic is I know it's really weird. And I know it is, but I could hear, like when I was watching my own videos, I would hear myself breathing, and I think I breathe heavy. Of course, I'm a bigger guy, so I probably do. But just my breathing sounds really aggravated me. I know that's probably crazy sounding, but it's true. You heard me bush rustling? Jeez, I was hoping nobody heard that. Jojo, that's rubbish. Bush. Bush. We've got pie, air pie. How many of you older guys in here remember Revenge of the Nerds? the movie. You can hear my pulse. Lots of Southerners in the house. No, I don't have any pets. Excuse me, guys. I just got an email from the unicorn. 1:58, 4 a.m. in Ireland. Got to go to bed, get kids ready for school. Good night, Sylvia. Sweet dreams. Rabid dog. There's no telling. No, Carol, she don't need a puppy. She talked me into getting her a puppy once, and then she wouldn't take good responsibility of it, and I ended up was taking care of the puppy more than she was, and yeah, she would try to talk me into it, but no, that's not going to work. She's already talked me into it once, and it didn't work out well. How about I just get a stuffed dog, like a teddy bear dog, not like a dog that's been stuffed, like dead or Revenge of the Nerds. That was a good movie. That movie was popular when I was a kid. But when y'all talk about the Bush thing, it reminds me of when the nerds put the cameras over in the sorority girls' houses. And they were all changing in pie, hair pie, and I'm like, what the hell? Show us your tats. What you got? I'm just basically sleeved out on both arms. It's just a bunch of different things all put together. Um, I will show you a cool tattoo I've got, and I drew this myself. This is my daughter's eye, and you can see the really long eyelashes. And I don't know if you can see mine, but I have really long eyelashes, and so she got her long eyelashes for me, and then inside the eye, there's a clock, and it's the time that she was born, and I draw that up. No, I don't have a picture of Tinkerbell, but I did have a dog, um, um, a Chihuahua, when I was a kid. Jerry F. I used to, um, and then I started worrying about her mental health, and I just couldn't watch her anymore. Wow, has she done something or? Oh yeah, I thought the same thing too, Jerry F. I really thought that's one of the reasons I unsubscribed from her channel. I didn't want to see that happen to her, and she was honest to God having I believe mental problems from the case. Okay, Rabbit Dog. As soon as I go off this live, I'll sure check it out. There you go, Rabbit Dog. Put a banner up for you. Hey, get you one, son, Ray. If I've told a lot of people this, thanks, Jesse. Appreciate that. I'm going to actually click on that so I can watch afterwards. But I've told a lot of people this. If I had to do it over, I wouldn't have got all these tattoos. I might have just missed it, Don. What was it? Say it again. Good night, Jade. Sweet dreams. Nighty night. Oh, okay, I got it now. I don't think if you are familiar with prescription pills, you'll get that though. Just FYI. Yes, like and subscribe, guys, please. Like and subscribe. Very important. $82 people watching and 66 likes and 3 thumbs downs. Who in the world gave me a thumbs down? I want to know right now. Good night, JoJo. Or never mind, I thought you were saying good night. RGR18. I'm glad you overcame that bad habit. Well, guys, it's been 2 hours. I tell you what, time really flies on here. It really does. So I guess I'll call it a night. And a lot of times on Sunday night, I can't sleep. So if I can't sleep later, I might come back on live. So if you guys see me on, just jump back on. But I don't know for sure I will or I won't, just in case. But I will be back on tomorrow night, and I don't know if we'll have another episode of the All Pit Detective chasing that bush down in those 3 cars while they're holding crystals to the sun and having sex. But anyway, guys, good night. I'm sorry, hi at HO4. I've been going for 2 hours now. But hey, watch the replay. It will be up tonight, and I'll be live again tomorrow night. I guess I'll see all you guys tomorrow, and yeah, you all guys have a good Monday too. I'm not being sarcastic, really. Make the best of it, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Maybe later tonight if I can't sleep, but definitely tomorrow night. But you guys take care. Hey, subscribe, like, join my Patreon or PayPal, whatever you want to do. It's up to you guys. But definitely subscribe and like. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, guys.